Hey everybody. In class today we worked on identifying proportional relationships. Tonight we're going to work on using proportional relationships to solve real-life problems. To get started, let's take a look at this simple situation here. To make 3 strawberry smoothies, you need 15 strawberries. I want to fill out this table here of smoothies and strawberries with different values that are true given this situation. So I know that if I make 3 smoothies, I need 15 strawberries, right? So I can guess if I double the amount of smoothies I make, I'm going to have to double the amount of strawberries, right? We're going to need 30. What if I only wanted to make 1 smoothie, right? If I go back to my original amount, 3 smoothies take 15. If I divide my smoothies by 3, I'm also going to divide my strawberries by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5, right? If I know 1 smoothie takes 5 strawberries, I also know that 2 smoothies would take 10 strawberries, right? I could multiply 2 smoothies. Let's say I want 20 smoothies, right? If I do 2 times 10, I can do 10 times 10. That will be 100. If I do 20 smoothies, I'm going to need 100 strawberries. We could say 40 smoothies, 200 strawberries if I just double both of those numbers, right? We can also go back to, 20 smoothies is 100 strawberries. What if I wanted 10 smoothies? What if I wanted to divide my smoothies in half? If I did that, 10 smoothies, I would divide my strawberries in half too, right? So 10 smoothies would need 50 strawberries. And let's divide that in half again. Let's say I wanted 5 smoothies. I would need 25 strawberries. So this table can seem a little confusing because it isn't in order, right? 3, 6, 1, 2, 20, 40, 10, 5. But notice the relationship between smoothies and strawberries, right? The strawberries is always 5 times the number of smoothies. And anytime we did something to change one of these numbers, we also changed the other number, right? If I do 50 divided by 2, I also do 10 divided by 2, and our relationship stays the same. 5 smoothies, 25 strawberries, 5 strawberries per smoothie. This brings us back to the properties of proportional relationships that we looked at in class. Remember, one of those properties was that if we multiply one quantity by a given number, we have to multiply the other quantity by the same number. Going back to our previous example, right? When I doubled the number of smoothies, I had to double the number of strawberries. Same thing, if I divide one quantity by a given number, you divide the other quantity by the same number. If I divide the number of smoothies by 2, I divide the number of strawberries by 2 also. If one quantity is 0, the other quantity is also 0. Think about if I wanted to make 0 smoothies, right? If I wanted to make 0 smoothies, I would need 0 strawberries. The ratio of one quantity to the other is always the same. Think about all those examples I had, right? We had 3 over 15. We had 6 over 30. We had 5 over 25. All of these ratios, if we simplify all of these, we get the same value, which is 1 over 5. All of these ratios are equal to 1 over 5 when we simplify them. Using these rules, these properties, all 4 of these properties of proportional relationships can help us solve real-world problems. We're going to take a look at 2 examples where we do that. All right, here's our first example. Yesterday you bought 8 folders for $4. Today you need to buy 5 more folders. How much will 5 folders cost? This is a proportional relationship, right? If I double the number of folders, I should double the amount of money, right? If I wanted to buy 16 folders, I would need to spend $8. But here we're looking for 5 folders. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to draw a table very similar to the one we just used. So I have two different things I'm looking for. I'm looking for folders and dollars. So I'm going to write an F up here for folders. I'm going to write a $sign down here for the cost. Now, I know that 8 folders costs $4, right? What I'm trying to find is how much will 5 folders cost. Now, I'm going to make a nice long table here. I might not use the whole thing, but I'm going to put the number I want to get to, the amount I want to get to at the very end. I want to get to 5 folders, and I'm looking for right here how much are those 5 folders going to cost. Now remember we talked about we can double this, right? We said if I'm gonna double my number of folders, I put 16, I'm gonna need to spend $8, right? But I'm actually not trying to get bigger, I'm trying to get smaller. So let's say I cut the number of folders in half, right? Let's say I want to buy 4 folders, and I would have to cut the amount of money in half too, right? That'd be $2 for 4 folders. And we can even cut that in half again. I can divide 4 by 2 again and get 2 folders, and that's going to cost $1. I do 2 divided by 1. And we can do the same thing again, right? If I divide 2 by 2, I get 1 folder. I know 1 folder is going to cost $0.5, right? Or 50 cents. Now, looking at these values, if 4 folders costs $2, and 1 folder costs 50 cents, to get 5 folders right here, right? I just need to take $2 for the 4 folders and 50 cents for the 1 folder. So if I add $2.50, I get, well, just $2.50, right? And that's my answer for 5 folders. Now, if we want to double check that, we can even go back to right here. This 1 folder costs 50 cents, right? Remember, I can multiply the top number by 5 to get 5 folders, and I multiply 50 cents by 5, or 0.5 by 5, I get 2.5. So here, once again, I get the exact same thing. So there's really 2 different ways we can look at it. We can take the amount for 4 folders and the amount for 1 folder and add them together, or we can get down to how much it costs for 1 folder and then multiply both of those numbers by 5 to get to the amount of folders that we want. Let's try another one here. You can burn 120 calories during 30 minutes of skateboarding. How long do you have to skateboard to burn 500 calories? So for this table, we're dealing with 2 different quantities here. The quantities are calories, put cal up there, and then we got minutes of skateboarding. Now, it doesn't matter if we put the minutes on top or the calories on top, because the proportional relationship is going to be the same. So I have 120 calories for 30 minutes of skateboarding. So lots of different things we can do here. And remember, at the very end, I'm looking for how long would you have to skateboard to burn 500 calories. So I'm going to put 500 right here. So let's see if we can get from 120 up to 500. I can double this, right? I can double both of these. That'll give me 240 calories, would take me 60 minutes. And I can double that again. That would give me 480 calories in 120 minutes. Now, I have to be careful here. 420 calories, I'm trying to get up to 500. So I have 20 more calories I need to go. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to my original number, 120 and 30, and I want to get a little smaller. So I'm going to divide 120 by 2. That's going to give me 60, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. Okay. Now, since I have 20 more calories to go to get from 480 to 500, how can I turn 60 into 20? I know that if I divide 60 by 3, I'll get 20. So if I divide 15 by 3, I'll get 5. And now I can take 480 plus 20 to get 500. and I know to burn 480 calories would take me 120 minutes, and then to burn that extra 20 calories will take me 5 more minutes. So my total is 125 minutes to burn 500 calories. Now, there's a few other ways we could have gone about this. For instance, let's take 20 over 5, right? So if we go back to where we have 20 over 5, I could have multiplied 20 by 5 to get 100, right? 20 times 5 is 100. 5 times 5 is 25. Now, if I want to get up to 500, I need to multiply 100 by 5 to get to 500. So I can do 25 times 5, which would bring me to 125. So once again, a bunch of different ways we can use these ratio tables to find the answers to questions involving proportional relationships. I know this stuff can seem kind of confusing right now, but don't worry, we're going to get plenty of more practice with it tomorrow, and with enough practice, you guys are going to get it. Go ahead and submit your notes, and I will see you guys tomorrow.